Never seen a lame man walk. Never heard a dumb man talk. Never seen a blind man see. I promise you will change his name. Never seen a cancer dead. Never seen all the poor get fed. Never seen a prisoner set free. I promise you will change his name. Broken heart made whole. Never seen an orphan find a home. Never seen the weak find the strength. I promise you will change his name. Never seen the sick get healed. Never seen a mystery revealed. Never seen a death man raised. I promise you will change his name.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is Bigger T coming at you live, well, not really live, but in living color if you're on YouTube.
If you're not on the YouTube, you can't even see us.
You can't even see us, which you may be better off. Hey, Dan, this is Bigger T coming at you with the Big C Bigger T podcast with my man, Big C Clint Clark. What's up, Clint?
Hey, nothing much. Just living the dream all day, every day.
Living the dream.
Speaking of living the dream, Travis, we're gonna finally do it.
We are.
I almost, when we were doing like the little intro, goofing off, I almost said, "Hey, do you want to talk about it?" So I'm not even going to give us a choice. We're just going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it because so we're going to get up. We're going to do the stand-up thing.
That's right.
We're going to give it a whirl. I don't know if it's going to go good or not.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It could go one of three ways, I think.
Okay, you tell me about it.
Okay. It could go really good.
Yes, could.
It could go, wow, way to go, guys.
Goodness.
Man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You should have been doing this a lot sooner.
Right.
That could be the response.
Mm-hmm.
Then it could be the response of, yeah, guys, it was great. Great job.
Great. You did good.
You did. Way to go.
Way to go.
It's kind of like my Little League baseball career.
Right.
At least you had a uniform, kid. You did good with that glove. You did pretty good job in the ready position up there.
Like
you held your mic. You didn't throw up. Way to go, Travis. Congratulations.
I'll wake up the next morning and my wife will make me like a pancake, and because she loves me. She loves me. She'll have in whipped cream with. At least you tried.
At least you tried. That's right.
I'm like,
we get it. We may have a participation trophy waiting for us, and that's all we get. Okay.
So, and I was telling my wife, I said I get crippling anxiety, and I just hide it well.
Yeah.
I hide it really, really well. And like, hey, I'm gonna have to wear dark pants because I'll probably poo-poo my panties. But no.
Well, and the last result could be we just bomb.
Yeah.
We get up there and the people are like, listen here, fat boys, just get off the stage.
Stop it.
Never in your incoherent babbling did you say anything that resembled a logical response.
Yeah, no.
We are all now dumber for listening to your we award you no points. May
worried.
God have mercy on yourself.
Can we be, we're uninteresting for an hour a week on here. Can I be interesting for 2 minutes?
Hey,
the joint,
as long as we can laugh at ourselves,
right?
Good, right.
Well, if we bomb, just be honest with you. Let's say the worst thing that could possibly happen, which is I get up there like, hey, and I sit there just with the mic and I freeze up, and I soil myself because I don't know. I get up there and I freeze.
Which I'm going to be filming if you do.
That's what I was like. It'll be good podcast fodder.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll make for a good podcast.
Yeah. Like, right. I mean, I'll be like, look, I'll tell some haha jokes, like haha jokes. I'll tell haha jokes, and like people will go home and like, what did that fat guy in overalls say? And they're like, what? And like, I don't remember, but he was wearing overalls. If they go home and say that big guy in the overalls, he got up there and froze and goes, man, and just soiled himself. Everybody will remember me. Everybody there will never forget me. Guaranteed.
Well, have I ever told you about my first time standing in front of the church as a little kid?
No, you haven't.
Well, at my church in Clinton, we used to do a deal where on Sunday nights, if you had a special, you could just anybody could. I got a special tonight, and you just
I've been to them,
yeah, and so I'd been working up the nerve. I was going to sing. I got joy down in my heart. You know that song you sing as a kid, deep down in my heart. Where Joy down in my heart. Anyway, so I was going to sing that in front of the whole church Sunday night, right?
Right.
I forget how old I was. I was like 7, 8 years old, 7, something like that. So I get up there. Well, no, I'm there sitting out in the audience. I'm ready, right?
Right.
Well, this girl gets up before me. The music minister sees her hand first, and she's like a year older than me.
And she probably kills it, doesn't she?
And she sings that same song.
Oh.
She sings my song that I'm going to sing.
Oh no.
So I'm like, oh man. But I'm like, I'm decided I'm going to get up there. I don't care. I'm going to get up there. So I get up there and I look out and I see all those people and I just start giggling.
Right.
Now you got to remember, little chubby kid.
Right.
Curly white boy afro. Okay. Because I had curly hair.
And we both have naturally curly hair.
Yeah. And I'm just standing there. The music minister's like trying to hand me the microphone. And I'm just sitting there giggling like a little girl. I don't know why I say that. I was giggling like a little boy. And I finally like sang the first verse, I think, and sat down.
Yeah.
And I think the music minister sang it with me. And so that was my first time. So if I get up there and whoever's before me tells the same jokes that I'm going to tell, then I'll probably just get up there and just giggle.
Just giggle
and sit down.
I
just get up there, giggle, pick my nose. And
if you do, it'll be gold. It'll be good.
It'll probably be better than half the people.
I do remember the first time I ever got up in front of the church. We were doing a youth group play, and I had the part of being a shepherd that just stood there and was silent.
Mm.
You've known me for how long now, Travis?
You didn't stay silent.
I didn't stay silent.
No,
I don't know how old it was. I was probably 5.
There's no way. Yeah.
I just get up and go, I want to talk.
Yeah, why not?
They had one kid with a speaking role, and he was like in high school, and I'm like 5 or 6. And I'm just like, hey, I want to talk. Like the youth director had to go, okay, we're letting this guy talk right now. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I want to talk. I don't know, for the sake of the story, I'll say Tom Clark had to come up and get me.
Yeah.
Like I was like, no, I'm talking. Y'all can't stop me.
I want to be the center of attention.
I want to be this. Like I've never been good at being a background character.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm the center of attention. So
no, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be at the Joint in North Little Rock next Tuesday night, the 21st. It's my spring break, so I don't have to be at work the next morning. So that's why we picked that night.
And I think what we should do, honestly, now that the cat's out the bag and everything, and we never usually what happens is me and Travis will send each other Marco Polo like Monday morning, like, when do you want to record this week? I think we should record Wednesday afterwards. That way we can review how it went.
There we go. Yeah.
And that way, if some reason, and we'll get to basketball later, of course, but if some reason Arkansas loses to Illinois, we ain't got time to harp on it. We can talk about our own huge embarrassing failures.
That's right. That's right. We can make fun of ourselves
Make fun of ourselves and forget about bang.
instead of being sad. That's right.
Being sad about shooting. So maybe we'll be really happy about it.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully your boys kill it and Arkansas wins.
That's right. Hopefully we're talking about some victories.
Yeah, there you go.
Some victories.
At least 2 L's.
Hopefully we get some ha-ha laughs and on Tuesday night, and then and we're celebrating some Razorback shooty hoop, as you would call it, as you call it. Some shooty hoop victories from the weekend. Well, Clint, that brings us to our Holy Snikes moment. And
we kind of got 2 of them, don't we?
You came up with a couple of them that are kind of, it's sort of disturbing.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't read the one article about the zebra.
Yeah, I'd seen that. I'd seen that somewhere else too.
I didn't read the article, so
but apparently a guy
yeah.
Let me
I was just gonna make up the story, Travis, about how this zebra bit someone's arm off.
Yeah.
That happened. I mean,
it says it's a pet zebra.
Yeah.
Nearly bites Ohio man's arm off. Animal fatally shot, authorities say. Now, here's the thing, Clint. You think, you look at a zebra,
yeah,
right? And you think, well, that's just a weirdly painted horse or donkey. That's all it is. Nothing scary about that. Well, think about where zebras live. They live in areas where they're chased down by lions and cheetahs and animals that are pretty scary.
Yeah, right? Them scary animals for sure.
And Clint, I don't know if you know this, but I've told you about my grandpa that had donkeys. I've talked about that a lot.
My papa had llamas.
Well, my grandpa had a dream of having zonkies. So he bought a zebra one time.
Okay, I didn't know this, and now I'm intrigued. You had my curiosity. Yeah. You have my attention. Go ahead.
He wanted to breed the zebra with the donkey.
Okay.
And have zonkies, which are real things.
I didn't know if it was a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing, kind of like a liger is a real thing too, by the way.
Okay.
For those of y'all that watched what was that?
Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, well, Napoleon Dynamite, and then also the Netflix documentary Tiger King or whatever.
Okay. I don't remember seeing ligers.
Yeah, he had pet ligers. Yeah, he had bred some ligers.
I mean, do they exist in the wild? I mean, like, seriously.
No, they don't exist in the wild. You have to pretty much force them together.
I mean, literally, you got to put a female lion and a male tiger together, and they'll just finally be like, all right.
And my grandpa's never made a love connection, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I'm
like the female and males. It was a male zebra, and the female donkeys that he put it with. They just, I don't guess that was.
Are you lying to me?
I'm not.
I don't. I mean, I don't know.
I'm telling the truth.
I believe you.
I'm telling the truth.
Like, I don't know. See, what's going to happen is
my grandpa was, listen, my grandpa, if he would have had more of a mullet and been a little more, instead of being German Jew, been a little more redneck, he could have been Tiger King. Like, he was a crazy, he did some weird things with that. Like, he borrowed, those, like on those shows, those African wild dogs.
Yeah.
He borrowed one of those because he wanted to breed it with a Catahoula, because he was raising dogs for, like, he sold dogs for hog hunters, and like he would mix Catahoula and pit bulls together for those because you got kind of a working dog with a tough dog, and that's a good hog dog, right?
Did they base the Island of Dr. Monroe off your grandfather?
I think so, probably, yeah. But the thing was, that African wild dog, like, the guy he borrowed it from, the dog was in a cage with a bear. And when they threw the horse meat in for the dogs and the bear to eat, the bear would sit back and let the dog eat first.
See, that's the dog, man. If you're a dog, and you are being like told, and you're telling a bear what to do, like no, daddy.
Yeah. And this is deeper than I wanted to go on this, but in every dog that he tried to breed with that African wild dog killed it. So after he tried a couple, he's like, never mind, this ain't gonna work. So apparently my grandpa wasn't good at making love connections with animals.
There you go. Okay, yeah. I mean,
so anyway, but what I'm trying to say is that zebra, like I was a kid, right? And I'm thinking, I want to ride a zebra. Grandpa's got a zebra. He's got donkeys. I ride his donkeys. I want to ride a zebra.
Did you get a saddle on it?
No, that thing was wild, dude. That thing was scary. That thing, like you start messing with it, it'd start biting at you and stuff. So when you sent me that article, I believe that a zebra would take a dude's arm off.
See, and I treated them were the herbivore, docile creatures. I get like kicking and stuff, but like I guess
Well, they gotta protect themselves, man, and they can be mean. Well, just like a donkey can be pretty mean too,
Yeah.
And that's why people get donkeys a lot of times to protect like cattle from coyotes and stuff like that.
And that's what me and my dad were actually talking about. That he said that's why my pawpaw, he would keep llamas instead of donkeys.
Yeah.
For the same reason, like that's what he'd keep a donkey, protect his cattle.
My grandpa would use the donkeys to train the hog dogs.
Yeah.
Because the dogs wouldn't hurt the donkey because the donkeys could kick them away or whatever, and so he would like take a hog skin or whatever to kind of help them get the smell, and then help them practice like baying them up and things like that. Anyway, but still, okay, so yeah, be careful with the zebras.
But that wasn't all.
That's not all. That's right. You had another one.
Today, I get on, whatever your news site of choice is. I happen to like to go to CNN.com for whatever reason. I always have. But I was like, I scroll down the page because I'm bored, and I see a pet monkey had jumped a woman. Like it wasn't like this. Like I mean, imagine coming home being like, "Oh, I wonder what I got from Amazon today," and then you get attacked by a monkey. I mean, apparently it started ripping the woman's hair out. It ripped off part of her ear. She's got to have plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have. I mean, well, I did read like in Ohio, like you don't have to have a license to have a zebra. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Like literally, somebody like me or you can go. We bop bop bop. We bop bop.
Buy me a zebra.
I don't know about monkeys. I haven't researched it because I have no desire to buy a monkey. But like, I mean, literally, do I need to be worried? Do I need to am I going to?
Well, here's the thing, Clint. Here's the thing. Hearing these stories
Right.
about these animals turning on their owners.
Yeah.
And these were animals that they thought were just their friends, right?
Yeah.
They thought I love these animals. It's just a zebra and it's a monkey. I love these animals. Now, you're starting like a little farm there on Horseshoe Mountain in Greenbrier.
I am.
And you've already invested in some chickens.
Yeah, Clark Acres is what
you got your goats. You've already had problems with one of the goats having to chase it around the neighborhood there.
Right.
Or Horseshoe Mountain there. And then now you're getting pigs.
I'm getting pigs.
And you're getting some cattle.
Got
a couple cows, right?
Yeah, get 3 of them.
Well, see, here's the deal, Clint, man. What I'm worried about you, man. I'm worried that these animals gonna turn on you.
You worried that maybe I'm gonna go out there to feed a cow and get got?
I'm worried, man. These, goats gonna come up behind you, pigs gonna be in front of you, push you over, and then it's over, man. They're gonna have you in a crippled crossface, and you ain't got nothing you can do about it.
And I got ducks too. You know them ducks.
Ducks are evil, man. They're evil.
I bought 5 ducks. I don't know why I bought 5 ducks because the guy was selling 5 ducks. So I bought 5 ducks.
Why not, man? Everybody needs a duck.
I got 5 ducks. They're
be like Billy Madison. I painted the duck blue because I've never seen a blue duck, and I wanted to see a blue duck.
So, I grew up on a farm, Travis.
Yeah.
So my mom,
We used
You
to
know,
try to tip your cattle.
we did just try to tip.
It never worked.
It never did. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's an old wives' tale. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We never could get them to stay asleep long enough.
Yeah.
By the time we got them,
I mean, you know what?
maybe we were too close to the same size as them. I don't know.
If anyone out here is listening, I don't care if you're listening in Great Britain or wherever you're listening from, for the dozens of people that listen. If you ever actually went cow tipping and was successful at it, let us know.
That's right. Please let us know.
Because I don't think it's I mean, I think it's just one of the things people talk about and no one's actually ever done.
Yeah. I mean, Tommy Boy tried to give us, the directions. You got to put your shoulder between his flank and his udder.
Right.
42 Billy option on 2, ready?
So like we're working on the hog pen.
Yeah.
And so we're getting that ready. I told Mom, I want to put electric wire around the bottom of the hog pen. And she's like, I don't know if that's gonna be enough to keep them in. I'm like, they're in a pen with she goes, oh, I thought you're just gonna use the electric wire. I'm not stupid. Come on now, give me more credit than that. So I'm having to put a lot of fence up. I mean, because it's not, I've got the land, got the pasture space.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some barbed wire already up, but I need to run quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I'm going to show Dad I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that I can do it. That his boy can handle it. That I'm Dolan Rory's grandson. I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funny. It's the first time I've actually headed up the project. I've always been like the just labor.
Yeah.
So it's a different role for me, which has been fun to get to do that. But so we're putting the fence up. And I'm digging the post holes and I'm driving the T-post. And we got everything driven and done.
Mm-hmm.
So Dad comes out there and looks and man, y'all got a lot done. And he goes, is there a particular reason you put the fence post up backwards?
Is it T-post?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'd driven the studs pointing out instead of pointing in.
Yeah.
And it took me, when he explained to me why it mattered, I was like, oh.
They can push the wire away from it easier. Yeah.
So I said, I got 20. I said, I had literally just start pulling them up.
That's a pain. Yeah.
I had to pull every one of them up.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I probably had driven 48 T-posts, and I would say I had to pull up about 28 of them.
Ooh.
Yep. So I had
to have one of those hand driver things, big.
Yeah, hand driver, and then. Fortunately, it'd been raining so much that it went
They sunk in pretty easy.
Yeah, it sunk in and came up pretty easy. It really wasn't. Wasn't too bad, but it was just one of them deals like, I'm going to show everybody how smart I am.
Oh man, yeah.
Like it's just like
that happens.
Yeah. And Dad told me, he goes, man, I've done the same thing, and it's been hot, and the ground's been dry, and it was hard to pull them up.
Yeah.
So just,
It's an easy mistake to make.
Lesson learned. But I got all the post holes dug. I got a drill where I'm going to put the gate up. I'll have to dig a couple more, but other than that, I've just got to stretch the wire now and do some touching up.
The Clark Farm.
Yeah, Clark Acres. Yeah, we got, so we'll see how it goes. I'm actually going to get the cattle tomorrow. Me and Dad are driving to go pick up the calves.
Oh, cool. Started. Where are you getting those at?
We're going to Berryville.
Oh, wow.
Found a good deal on them, though.
I'm going up in the hills.
Yeah, so we'll have fun. Hopefully we'll make it back.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
There you go.
All right. Well, Clint, SEC tournament didn't go so hot.
It did not.
That first game against Auburn went all right. Went pretty well.
Yeah.
But then within Texas A&M, that first half against Texas A&M looked good. Looked real good.
No, looked like one of the best halves of basketball they played all year.
That's right. But then that second half, man, just nothing worked.
Yeah.
Just turnovers and not making shots. Couldn't make threes. Couldn't. You know what? I think Nick Smith was 1 of 10. Isn't that right? In the second half.
Yeah, I didn't see. I was keeping up with it. I can't remember what was on, but I was flipping back and forth between that and something else.
Yeah.
And then as the game got uglier and uglier, I just kept. I just turned it off. Just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this other thing.
Yeah.
Because you could tell it came off the rails and it wasn't going back on.
Yeah, it was it was tough. It was sad. It was tough to watch. That's the way this team's been though, man. There just hasn't been a consistency with them.
Yeah.
And it's just something we're not seeing with them. And now, once again, though, here's a new season starting. Here's the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Now, this first game against Illinois, I heard Rick Schaefer was on the buzz today, and I agree with him. If they beat Illinois, I think they beat Kansas. Because I think Illinois is maybe a tougher matchup.
Yeah.
Because Illinois is long. They're athletic like we are. They got a lot of height. They got a lot of length to them. They score in a lot of the same ways we score. They got two guys that are a couple stud scorers. They got a big guy that's pretty solid down low that you got to worry about. They're like their numbers. If you look at the numbers, they mirror each other for the Hogs on the year. So it's a real even matchup for a first game. I mean, it's a legit 8-9 matchup.
Yeah.
What's your feelings on the Illinois?
It's going to be a tough game. I mean, it's going to be tough. You're probably playing a little bit closer to their house than you are yours.
Mm.
It just, I don't know. I tell you, it's this, and I was telling you about this off the air. When we're talking about, I wanted to ask you this: is this the most disappointing basketball season you've seen in a while?
Yeah, I don't think we've had one that we've expected as much from that so far hasn't delivered what you expected. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I agree with you on that. I think with the recruits we had come in, because pretty much Muss got everybody he wanted.
Yeah.
He got every portal guy he wanted. He got every high school recruit he wanted. He got pretty much everybody he wanted, right?
Yeah.
No one said no to him. Okay. Now, that's good in some ways. Okay. But I think, what people have to realize and what us as fans have to realize, as a coach, you're not going to say no to any of those guys, right? I mean, like, you have 5-star Jordan Walsh saying, yeah, I'm going to come to you. Yeah, maybe he's not the best fit for this. Like, there's someone else that might have been a better fit,
Yeah.
But you don't say no to a 5-star Jordan Walsh. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, not to say he would ever thought about that. Okay. I'm just saying, for example, you don't say no to a Darian Ford. Guys, all Arkansas 4-star, been winning state championships since he was in 9th grade, point guard, all that. But here's the analogy that I don't think I've said this on here. I've used this analogy in talking to some people about this. Just, you ever played chess?
No.
Okay. Well, do you know how chess works?
I know how chess works.
I'm not a big chess player either, but I know how chess works, right? And you have like your pawns, and the pawns can do certain moves, right? And they can only move in certain directions and whatever. And then you got your rook that can only go like diagonal or whatever. And then you got your knight that can only go like an L shape or whatever. And then you got your queen that can do a lot of different things, and your king can go certain spots. So in order to play the game of chess, you need all those different spots to be able to work around the board, right? Well, this team has a lot of the same pieces. Okay, he's going into the game with a lot of the same. It's like he's going in with a bunch of rooks or a bunch of knights. Okay, and so you got a bunch of guys that can do these L-shaped moves, and they can do it real good. But you need some of these, you need some of these just pawns that can do just little one side, side to side, and just move one spot at a time. Because sometimes you got to just come up on some, you know what I'm saying? So in basketball, you need different parts of a team. Okay, you need different spots, people to play different roles, and you got a lot of guys that play the same role on a team, and you're trying to mesh those same roles together to make one team and to try to go out and win a game. Well, it's difficult because, and even since bringing Nick Smith back, even though as talented as he is, and you want him back, right? He's so talented. You need him back on this team. You need his shooting. However, he's playing the same role that Anthony Black normally plays, and Ricky Council has been playing. And those guys don't know how to respond. I mean, look at Ricky Council's play has gone down since Nick Smith has been back. Yeah. Some of that's because Nick Smith has taken a lot of that role that Ricky Council was doing. Okay, I think. And not that Nick Smith I don't blame Nick Smith for that. I'm not talking bad about the guy. Okay.
No.
I'm not talking bad about Muss. He's putting the best players out there. He's putting his best players out there, right? It's just they've been disappointing because he's playing with a lot of the same pieces.
Now let me ask you a question, Travis. And let's just have this conversation here. We ask each other the question is about, has John Calipari underachieved as a coach? Has he underachieved? Because he pretty much was like, he is Mr. One and Done.
Yeah.
So you got at least 3 one and dones on this team. Because the team really seems to lack a chemistry and a flow. They don't flow well together. So has Calipari, has he really underachieved? He won one national champion. He's always one of the top teams because he's using the same model that Eric Musselman's using, but he's been more successful with it. And the fact that he's been so well at building teams out of one and dones and only one national title, will it work?
See,
I mean, is it harder than we all think it is? Obviously, it is. Because that's the thing. I mean, because I told you, Arkansas can lose in the first round or they can win the entire stupid thing because they have that much talent.
Yeah.
Nick Smith may be he's going to be one of the top 4 players off. I mean, him and Anthony Black are both going to be top 10 draft picks.
Yeah.
Walsh is going to go first round. Brazile, I saw him being talked about as a first rounder. It's just.
Well, I hate to. I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to look. Muss knows more than I do. I'm just a fan.
100%. Yeah,
right? I'm just a fan.
Well, we got a podcast and an opinion, and that's
if it was me, in my limited knowledge of basketball, right? I would want to see what the team looks like with Darian Ford running point.
Yeah.
As a true point guard. Okay. And build his leadership up because the kid is a leader. Everything you hear about him, okay, he's a leader. I mean, he's doing stuff off the court. Everything you hear about the guy, when you watch him, when he does play, he's talking, he's communicating with the players. I think even though he's a freshman, and I'm not saying he's not as good as Nick Smith. He's not as good as Devo. Okay. However, he's more of a true point guard, right?
Yeah.
He would play his role. And this team needs somebody that, think about this. What would this team look like with a Corey Beck running point guard? Now, he wouldn't solve the problems if they can't shoot outside. He wouldn't solve that problem because Corey Beck wasn't that much of an outside shooter, right? But he would lead them, and he would get them in the right, get them in the right sets. He would get them in the right places to where they could take advantage of the other team. Okay. And he would be a general out there on the court. I would like to see what it would look like if we tried, instead of all this positionless basketball. And I understand that's the way the NBA plays. That's the way, but I'm sorry, the NBA doesn't always play that way. Teams that Chris Paul plays on don't play that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's a true point guard. So they run him as a true point guard and let him lead the team. Okay.
But what is the one thing this team is missing?
There's a couple of things.
Well, the main thing to me they're missing it.
Yeah.
They're just missing it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can describe that as the dog in you or whatever you want to describe it. There's an it.
No, I think you're right. And I think that is having someone that's a leader.
No, and that's what and look, who was the leader of last year's basketball team? It was Jalen Williams.
Yep.
That was Jalen Williams basketball. He was a sophomore and it was his team.
Yeah.
I think something when the guy is the leader, the guy on the team. Jalen Williams was also the guy, and he was the leader. And so it's like the guy was supposed to be Nick Smith Jr. The leader was probably supposed to be Nick Smith Jr. And when you're Nick Smith,
or Anthony Black,
yeah. But when the guy that's supposed to be the guy, your number one guy, plays in 6-10 games, if that, I mean, a handful of games, it just the chemistry never got there, and they never got a chance to develop it. And
no, I agree with you. I think Trevin Brazile was going to be the guy somewhat. I think he was going to be that Jimmy Witt, that that guy, the older guy that's, he's got a year under him that some of the other guys don't have. But I think he was going to come in and be that. But yeah, you're right. I think because you can get past not shooting good threes.
Yeah.
Cal won some national championships without shooting good threes.
Right. And here's the thing is I don't want to buy the excuse that the injuries were a thing. Yes, losing Nick Smith Jr. hurt. Losing Trayvon Brazile hurt. I said this when Tyler Wilson went down. When Tyler Wilson went down and we lost to Louisiana Monroe and Little Rock when we were a top 10 basketball team, our football team. When your backup's a 4-star recruit, that still shouldn't happen. Losing the quarterback is not an excuse when you bring in a 4-star recruit.
Yeah.
No excuse for, and the same thing. You have there was so much talent on that team. You still, even without Nick Smith, you had 3 5-stars on the roster.
Yeah.
3 5-stars on the roster.
And that's where, as a coach, okay, you have to find and build leadership within that team. Now, I know that's easier said than done. Okay. And I'm not, and please don't take that as a dogging of Muss. I'm not dogging him. I'm just saying that's what you have to try to do. And he may have tried and it didn't work out or whatever. And sometimes you ask someone to be a leader that just doesn't end up being a good leader.
Well, even last year, he tried putting Devo at point and running the offense through Devo. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. They had to change the way. It just seems like this team just never figured it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and I think the same way with Anthony Black. Look, I love Anthony Black, but he's very childish.
yeah,
Not childish, very immature. Okay, and so there'll be times when he runs the team, and you're like, this guy's awesome.
yeah.
He needs to run the team all the time. Then there's other times I want the ball out of his hands because it'll look like he knows what in the heck he's doing out there. Okay, he still needs to mature, and he's he's going to, and I may say that, and we get in this tournament against Illinois and Kansas, and he looks like a beast, and that's what I hope. Okay, because I still believe we still have a talented team that can play with anybody, and I'm predicting in my brackets that way. If Arkansas loses early, it's going to mess my brackets up. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I've got them going a long ways, but
they have the talent to do it.
They do have the talent to do it.
That's what's been so frustrating about this season is they have the talent to do it.
Yeah.
And like I said, they could lose to Illinois, or they could win the entire stinging thing. I mean, it could be either or.
Yeah.
And then somewhere in between. I mean, you go to Alabama. You went to Alabama, a hostile crowd.
Yeah.
You got within 3.
Yeah. Well, so
yeah.
So anyway, the tournament starts this week, man. I'm excited. This is a great time of year for basketball. It's a great time of year for that. So we're excited about that. Baseball is rolling pretty good. We got some pitchers getting hurt. Our buddy Brady Tiger got hurt. He's got a sprain. Looks like he's going to be out all told 6 weeks, I think is what they're saying. But hopefully he's mending up. And
hey, by the way, how could you interview Brady Tiger and not love the kid?
I know. Yeah.
I mean, he's so easy to pull for, such a likable guy.
That's right. And then now football spring practice has started. We interviewed Cam Ball here recently. If you hadn't seen these interviews, go back and watch them on our YouTube channel or go back on Apple Podcast or Spotify, wherever, Google, wherever
and
you're
while you're going. When you're going back to watch or listen to these things, like it.
That's right. Like it, share it.
Subscribe.
Yeah. But
that's where you fuck it.
But spring football's going. They're about to get in pads Thursday, I believe, is when they're gonna start doing some thudding up a little bit. Coach Pittman's talked about some guys that have stood out. He said some of the receivers are standing out pretty good. Trey Biddy's talked about that too, that some of the receivers are looking
the cat
pretty good out there.
The cat from Texas A&M Commerce, Andrew Armstrong, is that right?
I think so. I can't remember for sure.
I'm pretty sure it's Armstrong. But apparently he is winning every rep.
And then the Tesla kid's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Bryce Stevens, that was the first one Pittman mentioned today, is looking good. Of course, he's coming a kid coming back. And then Wilson, who's been looking good, was in a car wreck. And
Pittman made it sound like it was. Listen, the fact that all he did was come out with a broken fibula is great.
Cracked tibia.
So.
Yeah. But he should be back in 6 weeks or so, but that's going to have him missing. Greer, the linebacker, which he's one that Cam Ball talked about, was looking really good. There's a lot of Pittman was talking about him a lot, saying he looks really good. It's going to help the linebacker room. It sounds like he's a stud, and you put him with Pooh Paul, that's going to be a talented group.
No, I really do, man. I think the rotation probably will be the most talented rotation they've had at linebacker, and I say that when last year had.
Maybe the most athletic.
When you have Pooh Paul and Drew Sanders on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think you'll probably see more of 3 linebacker look. Like you're going to see 4 down front. You may see 3 linebackers, and then you may see two. I mean, it's going to vary by personnel, but
Yeah.
I think they're going to have so much more flexibility now, and you could tell, like with Cam, like he was really excited about the defense.
Well, and here's another thing that should have us excited about the defense. You know, I'm a member of Hog Sports with Trey Biddy, Danny West, that website. And I love reading their stuff. They do a great job. And one of the things they're talking about, you know, I try not to, I don't ever try to bring the stuff that you have to pay to read or whatever. Cause that's, not right. So, but I don't think this is anything they're trying to hide. With the new defensive coordinator and the new coaches we're having, I think Danny West was talking about, and they may have talked about this on the radio too, that this is the best group of recruits, highest ranked defensive recruits that Arkansas has been on in a long time. That, you know, in the past we've gotten some big name offensive guys, but getting the big stars on defense has been difficult at times. And the fact that we're bringing in some guys for visits right now that are some big time guys. And he said, I think it was Danny West or somebody was talking about that the other day, that this group that they're bringing in, if you're paying attention to recruiting, they're on some guys that are some talented cats. Okay. So that's exciting to me.
Now, can I ask you a question, Travis?
Sure.
Now, these guys are obviously great recruiters, but look at the defense we've been running under oath.
Mm-hmm.
Would you describe that as fun?
No, not really.
Would you describe this one? Sounds like it's going to be a little bit more fun. You're going to get a little bit more after.
I think we saw that in the Cam Ball interview.
Yeah.
You know, I think he was, you know, I think he was a little, you know, more excited about it too.
No, I think you see it, but I mean, it's going to be a more fun defense, and I think Pittman's already proved that he's got a good culture.
Yeah.
And if there's anything that threatens that culture, you know, based off rumors you've heard and stories you've read, that he will get rid of that. That's bringing the culture down.
That's right. That's right.
He's not gonna put up with it. Like he's got an expectation of what the culture is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm excited for it, man. I really am. I'm super excited about football. And Jacoby Criswell, Pittman saying his arm talent is better than what he thought it was.
Yeah.
And said he's very mature and showing a lot of leadership. He said you can tell he's going to show even more leadership once he learns the offense.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Here's the thing. You've got Singleton, you've got him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think KJ's back next year. I think KJ tries to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he should.
Yeah.
Like, this should be it for KJ Jefferson. It really should. I don't think he should hit the portal. He's not going to prove his stock anywhere else.
No.
He needs to, if he goes anywhere, he needs to go ahead and go pro.
Yeah. Oh, he will.
So the audition for QB1 starts now.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. Jacoby and Malachi are fighting that out right now.
Yeah.
You don't transfer Arkansas thinking you're going to beat out KJ Jefferson. KJ is one of the top 10 quarterbacks in college football.
No, you're right.
So yeah, they're already showing out, and you want to keep them out of that portal.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't want to sign one in the portal.
Well, Clint, it's getting about that time, man.
Yes, sir.
But I got a question for you.
Oh no, I think I know what it is.
What have you been watching?
Man, I've got Prime.
Yeah.
That's a flex. I've got Amazon Prime, y'all.
Yeah, yeah. Used to be a lot cooler than it is now. Back when you could actually get the 2-day shipping.
There you go. Yeah. So, but I was on Prime Video. I've been watching. I call it Josie and the Pussycats just to irritate my wife. But I'm
Yeah.
watching Daisy Jones and the Six.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah, it's based off a book. They end up becoming the biggest band in the world. It's loosely based off Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
Like you got your flashes in the past, and and they kind of go back and forth. It's kind of the same musical genre of a Fleetwood Mac, but it's been really good. Starring Elvis Presley's granddaughter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Nice.
very, very good. And you can see, she got some of Elvis's talent.
Yeah.
So it's a
good deal.
It's good to see. You got to pull from one of Elvis's descendants. So
yeah.
How about yourself? What you been watching?
I got a show you need to try.
All right.
It's I got you hooked on Alone. This one is not as long as Alone, I don't think. It's Netflix. It's called Outlast.
I saw it. I thought about I'm gonna try this out.
It's different. It's in Alaska.
Okay.
Okay, and it's survivalist or whatever. But the difference is these are survivalists. These are people that normally like to be alone, right? So they normally you'd think they'd be wanting to do a show like Alone. But on this show, they have to stay in teams.
Right.
And if they don't stay in teams, like if their team checks out or whatever, or has to leave, and they're left alone, if another team doesn't take them, then they have to leave, like within 24 hours or so. Okay. So that's one way you can get rid of people is if, and so what you're trying to do is outlast everybody. And then the final team has a chance to win like $1 million or something and split it.
So basically there's a transfer portal.
Sort of.
I don't want to be on this team anymore. I'm hitting the portal.
They can do that. There's some of that happens. There's some of that where they're like, I'm not going to make it on this team. I think I can do better if I go to this other team.
Yeah.
And then there's also some like sabotaging. There's like some flat out stealing that happens. Like there's some ladies that do some evil stuff, man. They do some evil, like it's interesting. It's kind of a different concept. I don't like it as good as Alone, but it's still really good.
No,
it's worth watching.
I will definitely check it out. Yeah, when I figured that's what you're asking, I'm gonna have to talk about Daisy Jones. It's got some adult language in it, so
yeah,
there's that. But yeah, it's been real good. I've been flipping over to the XFL.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I watched.
I need to watch some of that. I haven't watched.
Well, because it's like Bob Stoops is one of the coaches.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, this is easy. I ain't got to go. I just coach football for 2 months.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I don't have to go to compliance meetings and do all this. Like I do practice. I ain't got mandatory press conferences.
Yeah.
And I think, and I really do get the feeling The Rock and his ex-wife are looking at this as an investment.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're giving these kids that ain't quite ready to hang it up yet
a chance. Yeah.
A chance. And then you got guys like AJ McCarron who my kids never got to watch me play.
Yeah.
And so I'm
That's
gonna let them watch me play. So yeah, it's
well, folks. Fun. Well, folks, if you're in Little Rock next Tuesday night and you ain't got anything to do, come to the joint. I don't know what time it starts or whatever, 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. Come and listen to us tell haha jokes. And we'll see, you can come boo us off stage, throw stuff at us if you want. We don't care.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's root those Hogs on this week.
Blue Pig.
Let's beat Illinois. Hopefully we're celebrating them beating Illinois and Kansas. We didn't talk about Kansas really, but of course they're of course the number 1 seed. But it's just really a lot of the people you talk to though think that Arkansas matches up better against them than they do Illinois even. So we'll see what happens. I think the Hogs are going to be motivated heavily for that Illinois game is why I think we'll have a chance there, but we'll see what happens. Well, Clint, listen, dude, watch them animals.
I will.
Don't let them.
Head on a swivel.
Head on a swivel. Don't let them. We don't need your arm getting ripped off, dude. Okay, we don't need that. We've had too many surgeries on them arms.
There you go.
Got too much invested in them. All right, y'all. Have a blessed week. Like and share, subscribe, give us a rating, give us a review on iTunes or wherever you get podcasts. Let people know what you think about it. All those things help this get out there. This is all about clicks, and more clicks, and we need clicks.
Click.
So help us out, y'all. We appreciate those of y'all that listen. You don't know how much we appreciate y'all. So God bless and have a great week. Peace.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come.
Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard drive so I can sow the seed. Ain't afraid of no aches and pain. Lord knows I gotta follow his lead. That's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no